Hello everyone, welcome back to Vampyr. So last episode I had to go before I actually reached the Whitechapel area. That was unfortunate, but necessary. Had something to take care of in real life. Starting to think I should just start the Let's Plays after I've loaded in, at least about a minute of it isn't just staring into the loading screen. Yeah, I'll do that starting from the next episode. Honestly, I don't understand how this can even be a thing. Like my CPU is, I mean, I'm not saying it's top of the line. I don't think it is. Yeah, it definitely isn't. But it's good and shouldn't have this much trouble with the game. Which means that the game itself is doing something fucky with it. Finally, whoops. Ah. Nothing. Alright. Speak with this person.
Excuse me, sir.
I wonder
I
what
have
would
a few
happen if I were
questions
to
for you.
attack one of
Another
them at random.
journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reid, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most.
Did
And
his
I don't
eyes turn
remember asking
red?
for your service, sir.
I think his eyes turned red. Um,
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
alright. Who is this?
Welcome, sir. Please take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reid.
Doctor? Interesting.
Yeah, Barrett Lewis. Dorothy Crane, I already know where she is. He's healthy. Let's see what he has for sale. Oh. I was hoping maybe he'd have some, weapons. Well, I guess probably nobody has any weapons here. Joe Peterson. Who are you, Joe? Oh. That's what you are.
Where's my money?
Well, I'll probably drink him.
What? What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man
Okay.
really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Bronchitis. What just happened? What was that flash? I'm trying to... Oh. That's the nurse.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility.
And
I refused
low-res
to enter.
textures for some reason.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking
Yeah, or,
me
you know,
just
I'm a
how
doctor,
we
just
do.
like I said, which explains the clothes.
I must.
Darius is the right arm of Dorothy Crane.
Talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
What's that dot? Oh,
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
find Clayton in the area. Get the feeling I just did.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reid, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then.
Uh-huh.
Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Peterson's house. I'll just, you know, take a few
So-
things.
May I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which,
Fatigue. I'll give him the cure.
can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of
Melancholia
living long
is
and
just a
well
fancy
like
word
this.
for depression.
But I thank
And
you
no,
for
of
your
course,
concern, sir.
curing his fatigue won't cure the depression. Right, still need a hint.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision.
Of course it was.
Look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
No, his father's a dick. You have a place to call home. Situation can only improve.
This place is awful, I agree. But does that not mean your situation can only improve?
That's exactly what my father says. Harry,
Shit.
you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so.
Ah, he's
I went outside
agoraphobic.
once without my father noticing, and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day?
No, he's
For
not
fear of the
agoraphobic. He
epidemic.
saw
I'm not
things.
afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reid. It's the living I'm afraid of.
It's fair enough, I think.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
I'll just finish checking around the house. You know, for science.
It's locked.
Of course it is. Why can't I just rip this open? Ill-famed wet boot boys. That's right, I forgot to check who they are. Damn it.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Yeah, it sucks.
Is there only pain?
Clayton is supposed to be in the area. I'm guessing that's not Clayton. The priest? If the priest isn't Clayton, he should know where Clayton is. Yeah, Father Whitaker. Tobias Whitaker.
Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr.
Mortals,
Jonathan
right.
Reid,
And why
I
does
just
the
have a
cross
few
not
questions.
repel me?
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Yeah, this guy's definitely one of those...
Don't you fear getting
Uh,
sick yourself?
I've been touched by God's grace. I am perfectly
yeah,
healthy.
he's definitely doing something he shouldn't.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Of course you did.
Where did you send him?
Because, you know, better send the young boy to do his work, because at least then he's not the one who dies.
Night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil.
I'm guessing
while
he
walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
fancies Samuel. And so this is his way of getting rid of the temptation.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to
I mean,
strike
cause
the
and
city.
effect is
Answers
just
about
the
the
basic
hidden
truth of the universe.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening
Yeah,
to your...
let's listen to him for a few minutes.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic.
So I was saying, cause and effect is just the
Let me
basic
tell you
nature of
that
the
the
universe.
so-called
You have a
Spanish
cause,
flu
and then you have an effect.
is just the beginning.
That's how everything
What do
works.
you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself.
If I
corrupting
experience
the flesh
pain,
and the
that is
heart
an
of
effect.
men.
And the cause is
With my
something
own
that
eyes I have seen them,
uh,
those minions
triggered
from the
the
abyss.
pain nerves.
Really?
Pain
And what would be
receptors, sorry.
your answer to this biblical threat?
We must
If,
fight the disease before this legion
An
envelops
otherwise
us.
still lake
But not
begins
with
to
scalpels and
wave, then
microscopes.
there must be a reason.
What is left then?
Could be
Cleansing
wind,
fire.
or it could be a stone that's splashed in the middle.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once.
I
this
don't
city
understand
has
what
risen
what
from
this
the
guy
ashes,
means when he says that
hardened
scientists are
and
blinded by
purified
cause and
by the
effect.
flames.
It's just weird.
Fire is just the instinctive answer of a caveman facing something he does
Boom.
not understand. This is the 20th century.
21st isn't going much better, unfortunately.
But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Alright then.
I have heard enough.
Thank you for the information. I wonder how I can increase my mesmerizing thing. Definitely want to drink this guy. Maybe this is Clayton.
Your home will not protect you.
Excuse me, sir.
Boom.
I'm familiar with this part of town. Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reid.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon.
Indeed.
I'll help if I'm able, sir.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
Okay.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and
Yeah,
tragedies.
risking your life to tell the truth might sound noble, but when you die, there's nobody left to tell the truth. And that's exactly
Not at all,
the
sir.
issue.
And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some.
So you could tell the truth.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's
say,
as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news.
Like in this example. So the pandemic, the epidemic, Spanish flu epidemic wasn't being reported, but yeah.
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes, this is another but just as deadly.
But if you tell the truth about the Spanish flu, if you told the truth, had told the truth, chances are you would have been shot or arrested, and then nobody would be able to tell the truth anymore.
More than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational explanation.
Oh, and for the record, the Spanish flu did kill more people than the war.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary.
Unfortunately, people don't open history books.
They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
It's confidential. Speaking as a doctor, I'm sure you understand.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He
No
has
relatives?
no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Okay. Damn it, I don't have the treatment for fatigue. Fine.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
This is why it was a very obvious and noobish mistake to make the cures before I actually needed them. God damn it. Nope, nothing here. Best funerals, Jesus Christ. Wait, is that the same name? No, Francis J. Wallace, okay. Find the mailbox. Camellia, yeah. Yeah, this is the mailbox. He's Romanian.
The content
And
of
he
Darius
does have
letter to his
family.
children could give me more
Sorry about that
leverage to
interval, I
enter.
was sneezing and muted the microphone.
Good evening.
Hello, ma'am.
I'm Dr. I know what you're thinking. I know you understand. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy.
I think she's mute.
Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well. Goodbye then.
Incredible. I mean, it's one thing to... Quarantine, right. It's one thing to hire someone who's stubborn. It's another altogether to hire someone who cannot speak. So, you know, they can't be interrogated, and even if they are intimidated or whatever, they can't tell you anything, because they can't speak.
Lead spotted.
Oh, come on. Come here. Okay, I am not a leech. I am a vampire, sir. Whoa, whoa. Okay, I did not expect him to actually be that efficient. Come here. I wasn't really paying attention to my HP, but I should have. Goodbye. Not literally, of course, just... Yeah. Who is this?
Roll back to the hell that spawned you.
Whoa, 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 Reverend!
Shadow.
Yeah, nice try. Holy crap. Yeah, damn it. I think I may have to back down from this fight.
Stop! Vampire!
Did he just drain all my blood? That little bastard.
God walks with me.
Yeah, definitely retreating. Why can't I use this? I want to inject myself with it. Guess I can't if I'm out of combat for some reason. Oh wait, I'm recovering HP. Very slowly. Slowly but surely. So, it is on the other side, but I'm guessing I'm actually supposed to go this way around. Did I check here? Right, I did. Never mind. Can't wait to mesmerize and drink that fucker dry. It's no less than he deserves. Three scowls. I think that was like paralyzing scream because I couldn't move. This poor bastard. Find Richard in the area. Must be him. Is it supposed to look like a bad attempt at drawing Benedict Cumberbatch?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really?
Yeah, yes, very
Are
mysterious.
you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
It's still weird to me that crane in English is a bird.
Called Darius.
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first,
I didn't know that until a few years
I
ago.
invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty
So
clear.
yeah, it was a bit
Not interested in
weird.
your talent?
Darius
Whenever I heard the
is a
term
political
paper
activist
crane, I
who's
thought it was, you know, an
delighted
actual
to and lampoons.
crane.
Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Uh-huh. Political activist does not want to see his children.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Of course.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reid.
Well, at least he's aware of it.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
You know what, that's fair enough.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
It's Camellia.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me
Camellia.
about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Perhaps you're just afraid. To find out the truth about your muse.
Yeah, I don't understand this idea that people have that something that is unknown and unknowable is more interesting than something you can actually understand.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer
If
she remains
something is unknown,
reality can be so dull, don't you think?
sure, it could be anything, almost anything.
In what way exactly?
Struggle by gaslight. The barren smiles,
but on the other hand, if it's unknowable,
such vibrant antagonism,
then it's irrelevant because you can't even know what the hell it is. I don't know, that's just how I feel.
Yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
It's made of poignant distress. That doesn't sound very good.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Well, let me think. Why couldn't I come in through this door? Makes no sense. What, just to fight with the scowls? No, whatever. So, as I was saying, let me think. So, Darius doesn't want to see his children because he thinks he's a burden on them. Right, I can't use my abilities like this. I was trying to heal. I'm guessing that's a prostitute.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
And what was the other thing about Darius? Where is Darius? Here he is. Romanian political activist. Right, forgot that part.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a doctor.
Like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea.
Thank you.
Don't make me regret this, though.
A few shillings. Antique figure of Vrikolakas. That person who does not decay and who can show a vermilion complexion as long as he is gorged with fresh blood. Oh, vampire. Vukudlak. Where did I hear that name before? Vukudlak. Vukudlak. Ah, right, it was in the Netflix series V-Wars, which, as the name may indicate, is about vampires. I've actually been watching a lot of stuff about vampires lately. Maybe that's why I picked this game to record Let's Plays.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little...
Does he have red eyes because I embraced that one dude?
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied
She's from Romania,
don't you? Even if not directly.
Interesting.
I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reid.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again.
I'm not sure if he's supposed to be using some vampire ability here, and that's why his voice lines are different.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Well,
do you have
I'll just finish up this conversation with Darius, because
Who knows?
this episode has been running for quite a while now.
I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reid.
It's only awkward because
Appreciate your trust.
This war won't last
people,
forever.
and men in particular,
Did you ever think of
have an
returning
issue
to
with
the
talking about
country
their feelings.
No. I have taught strength.
Men are raised
in
many men are raised in what's commonly called a toxic masculinity environment, which doesn't mean what some agitators will claim.
Everything you know about Camellia, the mute.
It doesn't mean that masculinity is toxic. It means that the way some men are raised, to suppress their feelings, don't talk about their feelings, etc., is toxic. Of course, those people generally benefit from spreading that misinformation, but whatever.
And clever, too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Okay.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family.
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
I wonder if Camellia is actually a vampire.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems
fair enough
to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Alright, the game just saved. Okay. So, that's the end of the episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again next time.